so let me get this straight. So you complain about masculinity, but masculinity allowed for the internet, for free market, for OnlyFans, pornography. Like, you do realize, like, men created all these things so that you can do what you do.
I know, but it happened to me like a bunch of time when I was younger. I had a hard past, and the only way I could find to feel better about it is turning it like around
into money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And,
you get sexualized, and then you say, you know what? I'm going to sexualize myself for money now.
Yes, because I will be sexualized for free event.
That was for $4.99, Martin. That's what $4.99, Martin.
You can't make this shit up.
That's what it is.
You can't make this shit up.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Damn it. That's great. You got to monetize it. Listen.
But I'd be sexualized for free anyways.
Right. So she flipped it to make some money.
Yeah.
So now it's even better.
So let me ask you a question. So you said you were being sexualized anyway. I always laugh when women say this. I don't think a woman can be sexualized unless she sexualizes herself first.
No, I was
really?
so young, and I got sexualized, and without my consent.
How?
I don't know. Like,
What
I
do you
can't
guys
say
think
a
about Saudi
word
Arabia?
She would
about
read
it.
their minds. They're thinking about me in a certain way. She would read their minds.
No, I'm just curious. Like, how would they do it at a young age? Like, how would they do it? Like, was it like physical or like?
Yes,
verbal?
physical, verbal, everything.
Who? Your uncle?
I was 13.
Like other boys probably her age.
Oh,
No, older.
grown men?
Yeah.
Well, your parents.
But that's not all men, though.
No, that's not all
a
men.
good
I
majority
never
of them.
said it was
There's a
all
good majority of women, too, but we don't talk about that.
So hold on. Where was your dad though?
I was in a park with friends.
So one time?
So why weren't you home at 13 years old as a girl?
Huh?
Why weren't you home with your family at 13 years old instead of at a park?
Because when we're young, we go play at park.
Why were there no parents there?
Yeah. Still a minor.
I was 13. Like, is it different in the U.S.?
I don't know. I don't let my kid know her, and she's 15. My girl
It's
my
different in yeah.
My kids don't even got cell phones.
Again, most of the time when women get sexualized, you guys sexualize yourselves first. You dress provocatively, you behave sexually, and then men sexualize you in return. You're just like hoping and like saying, "Oh, I'm going to monetize it now and take back the power."
I feel good about
Just
it.
because you dress provocatively does not mean that should give anyone access or permission to bother you or
Your
initiate
body.
anything.
But it
just
makes it easier.
because they
It makes it
see
easier,
you
though.
A little showing.
No.
up
Okay,
your
do you live
skin.
on planet Earth?
I do.
Okay, you
But
do understand that
no,
if you
not really.
portray yourself in a certain way, people are going to perceive you in that way, and they're going to respond accordingly.
You're right. But you know what
There
the
you go.
funny thing is?
You can leave it there.
No, because
No. Honestly, you can leave it there.
that.
Okay, go ahead.
People need to stop thinking that just because you look a certain way, that you're gonna act that way too. I talk a little funny with the little slang, with the little
Look,
pizzazz
I will say
in my
that.
hold on.
speech.
If I look homeless,
And people
right?
think-
Hold on. If I look homeless and I'm on the street, and I come up to you, how would you treat me?
I wouldn't
I'm
treat
homeless,
you like
right?
an ass. No,
Like I'm-
actually,
like I'm hom-
because I'm
hold
a
on.
human being.
But I'm homeless, right?
No, I'd treat you like another regular person.
Would you date me?
Most likely not.
Okay, thank you.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's his point. How you are
Fuck
dressed, how you are acting, people treat you
Which
the same way.
man have you ever heard of pick up a homeless woman off of the street?
Many. They look good.
But
Shit,
you know
tomorrow.
what the funny
Today.
thing is though?
What?
It's perverted men. It's nasty men. It's men that like to manipulate women. It's men that love to use that advantage.
You're missing the point of the
Picking up a
example
homeless
that
woman,
that the way you portray yourself is
most
how
of
the
the
world is going to
chances
see you.
They're gonna take advantage of that.
If you had
You're
a
missing
girl,
the whole
a
point.
daughter, would
You
you
missed
let
the
her
whole point.
dress
the whole
however?
point?
Men
to
don't
go
care
out in
about
the
a woman's
streets?
status anyway. So
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Hold
I
on,
was
no.
just dealing with somebody. Oh, and he
because they want to use you, that's why.
Hold on, mama. But if you had a
Definitely.
daughter, let's say 13, 14, would you let her go out dressed in crop tops and all that?
Not really.
Why? Because you want her to respect herself.
But if she wanted to, I would. I would
Cool.
because it's
If
called
she wanted to,
Single
but you're the
moms are
parent,
terrible.
though.
That's why you
Yeah,
need
bro.
dads.
That's why you.
That's why
Nah.
you need dads, bro.
Nah.
I agree with that one.
Like
Yeah.
I said,
A big issue
listen,
nowadays is that we
if
don't got
a
two
man
parents in the
can't
household.
control his desires,
You got two
his
girls.
eyes, let him pluck them out.
But why you giving something
Period.
to look at?
That Why the fuck I can't show my skin? Why I can't walk around comfortable in my body?
That's all good, but then don't complain when
In
you
my
have a
body.
man coming here looking.
Fuck that.
Just
Fuck that, because
looking,
not
it's
everything should be
okay, but-
sexualized.
Yeah.
The fact that my
nobody should
titty-
put your hand on
Okay,
it.
my
so
titty
let
is
me ask you
showing?
this then. What's your
If your
logic?
titties
Why
are
can't
showing,
you
my
just
don't
titty
say,
showing?
hey, bitch.
If your
My half
logic-
my
When
titty
somebody's
showing?
like-
if your logic
the
hold on,
shit that I
stop,
was
stop,
born
stop.
with.
So why not just walk around naked on the street
It's a
then?
problem
Why not walk around on the street naked then, right? Why not?
Yeah, go ahead. Right now.
There's
because
laws
of
in place, right?
society.
Yeah.
In
There's
France,
just-
If
why-
it
why-
was up to
okay.
me, I wouldn't give a fuck. Cause
Okay.
like who
But it's not.
But there's
You.
but there's rules and
Yes,
laws in
there's
society,
rules
right?
and
There's
laws.
rules and laws in society, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to go off of like kind of like societal
Regardless
norms.
though, if you have clothes on and it's not a fishnet and you're not showing your nipple, then no, I wouldn't think you're asking for sex. But if you
Bruh.
have your bathing suit on and whatever, like come on, bro. People always over sexualize everything. Like you can't have
Girl, I don't know. I be seeing some of these dresses nowadays. These girls be wearing that see through. Like back in the day, you paid for
Now,
that.
that's
Now they just out and about.
That's different.
See, here's the problem, right? This is why I don't like when women have like you just want to be able to do what you want with no accountability. You want to be able to be free, and I'm
No.
sexualized. Now I'm taking it back, bro. Like, just the reality is this: people only sexualize you when you sexualize yourself.
That's
people
a
only,
lie.
People only look at you
I'm
crazy if you
fully
dress
clothed
crazy.
It's
in
a
my
lie.
hood of a neighborhood, and the Mexicans are always looking at me, asking for and beeping and honking, and no, you can't dress regularly and be a fully clothed woman and not get hit on
If you were
or
if you were in a hijab,
perverted.
Yeah, if
Fully
you're in a
covered.
job,
I was
they probably want to be
actually-
doing
they
that,
would talk
bro.
to you at all.
They won't talk
That's
to you at all, bro.
not true.
At a job?
That's not true.
Why
I'm
is that?
sorry. But
Oh, you wear hijabs?
I am not
Oh.
Muslim. However, I
How do you know?
So,
Wait, did y'all
well,
just say
if you allow me to speak. So I practiced Ramadan 2 years now. I've practiced Ramadan. And I do during Ramadan, I went to the masjid, I wore a hijab, and I posted a photo of me in my hijab fully covered. I got more responses in that post than I did in a bathing suit.
Okay. But what kind of responses?
Very sexualized responses from men, and especially from Muslim men during Ramadan. So,
Well,
Do
hold on.
y'all
I am
not
just
hear
saying
of the
there is
condition
a
in
difference.
Saudi
I'm not
Arabia?
saying all.
Chris, go to
It
IG.
is not
With
all
women?
men are
Go
the
to IG.
same. No, all men are not the same. All
Yeah, let's
women are
compare
not
the
the
two.
same.
Yeah, yeah.
Women
Let's
are
see this.
fighting
Let's
to go
see.
to
Let's-
school
yeah, I don't
Instagram,
believe this
Saudi
at all.
Arabia.
We need to verify
Yeah, let's
this.
see. She's
on
lying.
But
facts.
look, that was in my story. I
now
don't
it's your
post
story.
on my. Yeah, no, it's all story. But yes, in my story, I posted me in a hijab, and I got a lot.
Drop
I'm just
$500.
saying. I'm just saying I was very surprised.
Shut
I
up,
was
Leon.
very surprised in the responses I got. Me in a hijab, fully covered. I was very surprised at what I got.
Yeah, like really.
I'm just
Look, here's the
saying.
thing: if we did an experiment, right, and you walked, and they did this already in like New York City, but if you walked down in a street with a hijab on versus walking around, not dressed,
1000%.
you're gonna
Of
get way
course.
more attention.
Of course.
So the thing is that as a
Common
woman, you can
sense.
mitigate the attention that you get. It's just that you guys want to be able to dress like whores with no, with with impunity, with nobody judging you, without people hooting and hollering at you. But you guys kind of do want the hooting and hollering because you guys like the attention.
Also, just so you
Women try to
understand,
pretend that they don't like the attention. You guys do.
I like to dress pretty. I like to dress sexy, but that's what
Why
I
do you like
like.
to dress sexy?
Because if there were no men on
If
this
we
planet,
dress like men,
I would dress
Then
more
Really?
sexy. Yeah,
really,
really.
for who?
For who? Yeah.
For me,
Oh,
because
yeah?
I feel great, I feel pretty, I feel sexy, I feel.
So if that's the case, why not wear makeup and dress sexy when you go to bed too?
Yeah.
I do, but
Really?
not sleeping. It's bad for my skin.
So
Okay.
you wear
Why don't you dress sexy when you go to bed? Like just
I put cute, sexy pajamas only for me.
I have sexy pajamas too.
yeah, silky.
That's just cute as fuck.
it's not for you, bro. It's for the dude when he comes over.
No,
like
no.
looking
Like,
pretty.
I-
though.
I-
I haven't
yo,
had
you know what's
sex
crazy to me?
with
How,
a
like,
dude
women do
since I
everything in their
started my
power
OF.
Tonight,
Like you guys do everything in your power to lie about why you do the shit that you do, when the reality is you do all the shit that you do to be pretty and everything. Like the beauty industry is $1 billion industry, so you can be attractive for men. Like the
No,
entire.
I don't want men.
That's wild. No.
Who do you sell your pictures to?
I want
Shut
their
the fuck
money.
up. Like, yo, come on, man. Like, she's like, I don't want men. Who do you sell your pictures to? Who gives you money? Who do you make
won't-
yourself attractive for?
But you say
Men.
like you do
Customer.
it for men. Like
Men.
the men will come regardless. Like we don't have to do it for anyone.
really
we
so
do it for
easy.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the biggest
Okay.
lie ever, bro.
It's not.
it's the
Some
biggest lie
people
ever.
are like that. Now,
If it's for
the
you
entire
only,
female
It's harder
industry,
to
beauty
convince a
industry,
woman
is
than a
created
man.
for men. You guys don't want to admit this, shit, but it is.
I don't believe so.